Welcome back to Mike and Dylan
Hate
Drama, where we have some sad news today.
Bye Butterfree.
Bye Butterfree?
Bye Butterfree, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
So,
Speaking Greek?
there was an episode in the culture-changing phenomenon series, Pokemon, where Ash, he got a Caterpie, and the Caterpie evolved into a Metapod. And then the Metapod, I think when they were getting attacked by a bunch of Beedrill, it evolves into Butterfree. And then he has this Butterfree. It's just like a butterfly Pokemon. It looks just exactly like a butterfly. And it, there's something with hot air balloons in this episode, but there's other Butterfree there. And his Butterfree starts fucking with this pink Butterfree, and they fall in love. And Ash realizes he's got to let the Butterfree go. And then as he's like saying goodbye to Butterfree, they're playing this fucking, it's like, every time that we share. I don't remember the song because I was a little kid, but I do know it hurt.
You cried a little.
I cried a little.
Your eyes were sweating.
I don't know if I cried as much as I'll watch you sleep, pal. Just, you got to wake up. It's always a callback in a movie. That was in Project Hail Mary. If you've not seen it, go see it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, go see it. But it's like in Click when it says, "Will you still love me in the morning?" Fucking. And you're not even expecting to cry.
Yeah.
Like you're not expecting to cry at Click, but it'll make you cry. I guess we say all that to say Mike and Dylan Hate Drama will be on a hiatus.
We are going to step back from the weekly postings. It's going to turn into a situation where if we've got something worth talking about, that we will be doing an episode. So it might be here and there, random. But it is one of those things where once we had Two Daddies Judging Baddies and got like the marketing and everything for that right, and it grew, Mike and Dylan Hate Drama has just stayed the same, and it never continued to grow. So the audience hasn't gotten bigger, and so unfortunately with the way that our company runs, it is all the work of Two Daddies Judging Baddies with none of the life-sustaining gain that Two Daddies Judging Baddies provides. So.
Right. And I mean, I hate when Dylan brings it up, but it is true. If it would have just been Mike and Dylan Hate Drama and we stuck with the Reddit stories on Mike and Dylan Hate Drama, it would still be here. So what we did when we separated, I was like, oh, I want the more condensed one where we, read the Reddit stories because it's more palatable for just like the average person stopping by. So we split them up, and then essentially we still do the same things on Two Days Judge Baddies, just for Reddit stories.
Yeah, because we did, like, one of the things that I know we were talking about taking out was the banter, and I really think it was just, I wasn't good at clarifying exactly what I was trying to, and like it is, we're two very strong-willed people, so we do butt heads about things, and a lot of times I will concede and we just go a different way. But like you didn't really have a ton of podcast listening experience, so
right.
You didn't really, like, I think the first episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies was like 17 minutes, and I was like, people don't want that. And you're like, yeah, they do. They just want to hear a story and get out. And I was like, no, they want to just hear us ramble on and do whatever. And I should have stood my ground on that one.
Right.
And I mean, but we can't go back. But I think all of it gets us to here. And it's not, I don't think Mike and Dylan Hate Drama is not going away. It's just, it's going to be like a happy accident. Like if you still follow along, it's going to be like, oh, they put out a new episode, let me check it out. And a lot of it's probably going to be talking about what we're doing with the time that we're freeing up. Because that's ultimately one of the things that we've talked about, because like books my wife likes, I was opposed to it, not because I was opposed to the idea of it. I was opposed to adding more time to our work week,
right,
for things that aren't paying the bills. And like Two Daddies Judging Baddies was doing very well, and so we had Russell come on and things were looking up, and so I wanted to take that free time and move it towards short films and movies and things like that. And your idea of books my wife like is a very sticky idea, and it's great. It's fantastic. And if we were able to devote as much time as we can to it, it would be to the moon. And so that's the thing, though, is we only have so much time in a work week, so much time in our lives, especially away from our families and all that other stuff. So we have to focus on the things that make the most sense. And right now, the whole reason me and Mike originally got together was to make cool short films, movies, series, things like that. And in the process of making this our living, we have also put all that stuff on the back burner. But the two things that still do great for us financially, to sustain what we're doing currently, like, I mean, not great as in like we're still like scraping by, but good enough that we still have houses to live in and we still have food on the table for our kids. But those two things are Felonious Falafel original and Two Daddies Judging Baddies.
And those are the things that's going to need the majority of our time. Because like you said, with Books My Wife Likes, I do see that becoming something big. But it's a lot of work we would have to put in. And then it's like, do I want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like if I imagine myself, like what is Endgame? And I think that Endgame for us has always been our passion of, making cool shit.
Yeah, and I think that's the hardest thing to see in the moment. Because, like, I mean, I know when you came up with Books My Wife Likes, it is a way that you can connect with your wife. So there is that. However, it also is a job, and you are doing it more so for, A, the financial gain at the end, and then, B, for your wife wanting you to, like, keep up with it. And so neither of those things really – the podcasts are one of those things, like, where – had we just had one, and I'm not trying to like belabor that point, but like had we just had one and we focused on that, we could still be in love with one, put all of our efforts behind one, and then that frees up time for the other things. Right. But like when we start adding things that like once Two Daddies Judging Baddies took off and Mike and Dylan Hate Drama kind of just stayed back there, it's real easy to be like, well, why are we doing it? If it's not fulfilling us and making us money, then we're kind of spending time, good time that we could devote to other things, on something that's not fulfilling us and providing for our families. Right. And so I think like that's one of the hardest decisions to make, because like, I mean, this has been in talks. Like originally it was just kill it off. And I think I came to terms with this setup a lot better because it's not gone. It's just, it's not the top priority. It's not a weekly thing. We don't have to do a bonus episode every 2 weeks for it. Like that makes me love it, that it's not dying.
Right. I like that. I like when we have something, I don't like when we sit down and like, what are we going to do for the episode? So now it's going to transition to a place where maybe you get one a month, but it's like, what have we been doing? What have we been up to? So I think keeping it like that is a good way to, we still have it for an outlet for what we want to talk about, what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on with Mike and Dylan and Russell. Russell wanted to be part of this episode, but we're shooting it today.
We said nah.
Yeah, he's got a girl coming in from San Francisco.
You just gonna put him on blast?
Yeah, I don't care. San Francisco.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's probably gonna get murdered.
I told him to not let her make him into a skin suit. But.
Yeah, he's gonna pick her up. He's like, oh, what's that cool Black Widow tattoo? So you're gonna find out tonight.
You're gonna be a lampshade tomorrow.
I don't know why I thought the Black Widow women were a big problem. I guess it's because of the shows my mom watched. Like she watched multiple shows where it talked about like these women that were Black Widows and they killed their husband. And I was like, fuck, man, it sounds like I'm gonna be ducking and dodging those when I'm older. It's like quicksand.
Yeah.
When you were a kid,
quicksand's everywhere.
Yeah, you thought quicksand was a fucking problem, dude.
You got to figure out how to get out of it because it's going to be there and you're going to be walking through the woods and, oop, quicksand.
That's how you go. You always have to be mindful of it. And then you get older and it's just like, yeah, quicksand's not even that real.
No, you float in it, technically. Yeah. Like you never go below quicksand.
Ever.
Because it's mostly water and you float in water. And then there's particulate in there. So, yeah, you're good.
People say that there's really no benefit to being fat. I can't drown. Like I could not drown if I wanted to.
You're just like a bobber, just boing, boing.
Big ass tsunami hints. You know what I'm saying? Like
you're just right on top of the wave.
Yeah, I just like sitting there. I'm crying because my whole family's dead, but I'm trying to kill myself.
And then it, like when the wave crests at the top of the mountain, you just like stand up.
Yeah,
it just goes back.
And now I gotta find a way to get off this big mountain. I don't even feel like doing it. That's loud.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever heard sirens that loud.
Yeah, definitely. The firehouse is like literally a block away.
You know, Firehouse Subs did a thing one day where if your name was Mike, you got a sub for free.
Oh man, I would have went into every single one of them. Firehouse is like my kryptonite. The beef, I think it's called the brisket.
Is it your kryptonite, Dylan?
Dude?
If I present you with if I present you with a Firehouse Sub, will you become weak?
Yes.
Will you become nauseous?
Well, I will eat the whole fucking gigantic sub. So when I used to work at the pipeline,
That's what you're supposed to do.
No. Like when I worked at the pipeline, you know, a Firehouse sub is kind of expensive anyways.
Right.
But they would pay for lunches and dinners and things like that. And they didn't really care what you got. And so sometimes people would go out to like Ruth's Chris, like on business trips. And I was like, that's dumb. That's like $500 you guys are spending. And you're going to fuck it up for all of us. But we'd go to Firehouse Subs and I would get the large sub, which is like $18 at that point. And then I'd be like double meat, double cheese. And so it's like a $26 sub. And I would eat the whole fucking thing because why not? Like they're buying it. And
Is the day over when you're eating that? Because I
Yes.
can't imagine eating that at lunch.
Dude, it's terrible. Like it's like a Country Barbeque trademark, tenderloin biscuit trademark.
Yeah, we told Russell about Country Barbeque and the tenderloin biscuits, and he was like, "Oh, just like a barbecue place here." We're like, "No, not like Country Barbeque. It's Country Barbeque trademark. Their tenderloin biscuit."
The fucked up thing though is we decided that like Mike found some money in his pocket and he's like, I'll go buy you guys some biscuits.
I literally found money in my pocket.
And so we end up talking ourselves into it. We drive over there and it's like 11:15. We're like, we want 3 tenderloin biscuits with gravy and cheese.
We ain't got no biscuits.
You can have it on a bun.
So we got it on a bun, and because I told Dylan, I was like, yeah, the biscuits are good. And he was like, because we literally had that conversation. You were like, the biscuits are all right. You're there for the tenderloin. So then he had it on a bun, and he was just like, man, this is like several notches below.
You can't. Like, it's not the same. Like, I mean, it would be good in its own tier by itself. You'd be like, oh, this is pretty good. But once you've had the biscuit, you can't have it any other way. Like, I would have much rather just gotten in the tenderloin, not on anything, put gravy and cheese on it, and then I eat it with a fork.
And it's the way the biscuit absorbs the hot sauce. Mm-hmm. This is the last weekly episode of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. This is what we're talking about. But that hot sauce absorbing that biscuit, or the biscuit absorbing that hot sauce is...
Well, I feel like we've talked so much shit about Lexington barbecue since we are here in Lexington, and like everybody, I mean, and I'm sorry, it's not just Lexington barbecue. It's Eastern style. It's fucking South Carolina. Like, none of y'all got it like you should. None of you. And that's okay. Like, it's okay. Just, if you're going to come to this area, there's 3 spots. One's in High Point. The other one's in High Point technically, but it's closer to Greensboro in my opinion. And then there's one in Greensboro by the Costco and also by Christie's Cabaret if you're at the strip club. But those 3 country barbecues, if you get there for breakfast, get a tenderloin biscuit. I add cheese and gravy. You can have it. I think Mike does egg and cheese on his. And then you get their hot sauce. That is putting somebody on game. Getting them to eat barbecue? No.
I had Eastern barbecue towards the beach in North Carolina, and I thought it was going to be something vastly different because they were like, have you tried like Eastern North Carolina barbecue?
So different.
And I was like, no. And it was like, yeah, it's so different. And then they bring out the barbecue and none of that dipping sauce. I was like, y'all got any sauce? He's like, oh, yeah, we got like a vinegar. And sure as shit, it's the same thing as Lexington. And
no, ours is better because we added a little bit of ketchup to ours.
Anytime people in Lexington will be like, barbecue capital of the world, I'll be like, self-proclaimed.
I remember the first time I came down, when I moved down here, some of my friends were like, let's go get some barbecue. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And we got Stamies. And I was like, this is what we're here for?
Right, yeah.
Like, it's all right. Like, I mean, it's like going to like a run-of-the-mill like family restaurant that makes a burger. Not as good as a burger that I can make at home. Like, it's like they took it out of the freezer, made this burger, and you're like, they sell these at McDonald's, you know? Like, and that is really like the level of excitement. Like, it's good. I will eat it. It will be food sustenance. But it's not like I will remember this moment, the first barbecue that I ever tried in my life, and I'm going to remember this forever. But that's how they treat it.
So Nick's in Welcome. You know, I've been in Lexington for probably like 4 or 5 years at this point. And I'm looking online, and it's like, hamburger place near Lexington, rated 8th best in the nation. And I was like, yeah. How good can a hamburger be? And then I went down there and ate a hamburger, and I was like, fuck, that's a good hamburger.
It is a good one. I don't like those lists because, like, I'm sorry, Nick's is not the 8th best hamburger in the world.
You don't know?
Like, I do know because I've had better burgers that weren't at 8th.
Where?
I mean, there's all kinds of burger joints. Like, there's Big Burger Spot in Greensboro, which is delicious. There's Hops Burger Bar. There's like 5 that are at least as good, if not better.
That's what our podcast should have been. Burgers.
Just food.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that. I think actually, didn't we talk about that at Nick's one time?
Yeah.
I think we were there eating, and we're like, we love food. But then we'd both be like 400 pounds.
Yeah.
2 podcasters died of cardiac arrest.
Instead of just me. Then Dylan goes down with me. But yeah, it's unfortunate. And then, books my wife likes too. That's just, when y'all get an episode, y'all get an episode. So
I think that's good. I think it's good. And like, I think podcasts are a lot different than social media. And like, I mean, even some of the best YouTubers though, they put out an episode when they get all their stuff together to put it on an episode. It's not once a week. It's not once a month. Like CoffeeZilla makes some of the best like documentary exposés.
Yeah, we're nowhere near that though.
But what I'm saying though is like he waits till there's like a full thing and then he does the story. And so it might be a month or 2 between.
Maybe
posts.
it's Mike and Dylan hate drama isn't dramatic enough. Maybe that's why. Because you got to think like CoffeeZilla, Penguin Z0, Moist Critical, all these big YouTubers now, all they talk about is drama. That's going on with other people.
Like celebrity drama.
That's it. And that's all
politics.
That's all guys watch now. And they'll be like, yeah, women are so dramatic. All the guys, YouTubers, all they do is talk about drama and shit.
Yeah.
So if we were on there being like, listen to how this podcaster fucked up, listen to how this YouTuber fucked up, we'd be getting millions of views.
I mean, really the problem with Mike and Dylan Hate Drama is like you are by far more the social media guy. Like you have a passion and you really thought that Two Daddies Judging Baddies had something special. So you really took that and you ran with that and that was your mantle. And I suck at cutting up clips. Like I do. Like it's not my brain.
Are you saying I'm better?
100%. Yeah. I've said that 1,000 times.
I like it. I like
but,
it.
And so like this whole time I've been like, I do a lot of the other random behind the scenes stuff. And so for me to then get into doing those edits, and I should, but like, that's what Mike and Dylan Hate Drama has been missing, is doing exactly what you're doing with Two Daddies Judging Baddies. And I really honestly think that if we were to do that, it would take off to a similar status as what Two Daddies Judging Baddies. But like, I can't get myself to get over that hurdle of getting those clips done and put up. Because I mean, right now I think we got like 600 followers on Facebook right now. And that's from doing like one little stint of clips. So it's there, it's possible. And
it's just a lot harder because Two Daddies Judging Baddies has the innate, am I the asshole for? So it immediately, it is its own niche of it is talking about drama. Like people are sitting there like, oh, are they the asshole for this? And finding random clips in a podcast is way more difficult than cutting out a full story from Two Daddies Judging Baddies.
Yeah. I mean, the ease of clip cutting, yeah, 100%. But like, I think there are things like in there, and it goes back to your point though that you were just bringing up, is like if we had the drama that we were talking about, like I mean, some of the most prolific clips that I've seen are people randomly talking about a conspiracy or like, did you know blah blah blah, and we don't have enough of that over here.
There was a conspiracy I came across the other day that fucked me up. Oh yeah, so what the fuck was up with duck hunt, dude?
What do you mean?
There's no sensors in the TV. How the fuck did it know you was pointing at the duck?
It's like IR. It's like a remote control. So like it pings back and
it pings back from a TV that doesn't have any sensors.
Yeah, like there is science. Like I've seen somebody talk about it, but yeah, there is a science to the way that thing shoots.
Don't lie to me, boy.
I think maybe
Dylan is also working with them.
I think it's something about like the different pixels in the screen and where it shoots back. I can't remember how it works, but I've seen something on how it works. I'll have to
There were
look
so
into
many
it.
in that video. I wonder if I could find it again because the comment section was like full of that stuff. Wait a second.
I mean, they've had those shooter games before Duck Hunt, didn't they? Like, I mean, the arcade, like, shoot 'em up games.
Yeah, but that's not an arcade.
So what's different? There's not a sensor in there either. The Wii doesn't work off of a sensor.
But there were so many things in. What do you mean?
The Wii, the movement works off the sensor, but the shooting at the screen doesn't work off of the little sensor bar there.
Yeah, but there's sensors in the TV now. I don't fucking know how any
There's
of
not
it works.
sensors in the TV that connect to your fucking
Stop
video
using
game.
logic, dude. Let me have fun.
Do you want to hear my conspiracy?
Someone said in the exact same way we were able to communicate with the moon on a landline phone.
Oh, snark.
Yep. I still can't figure out how cassette tapes works. This is so beyond me. How do cassette tapes work?
It's magnetic tape. So
Well, fuck me. Dylan just knows every goddamn thing.
I don't, but
That's what I'm saying. Like, conspiracy theorists, everything sounds like a conspiracy when you know nothing about anything. That is the best thing ever.
Whoa,
Because me, I'm
dude.
just like, dude, how does duck hunt work? And then Dylan's like, well, it works like this. And I'm just like, well, fuck.
that doesn't make any sense. No, the conspiracy, and I haven't really tested it fully, but I honestly believe I saw it one time. The reason why you have to wear sunscreen is because of sunglasses.
But I don't wear sunglasses. Never wore sunglasses.
And then if you look at like towards, I don't look directly at the sun, but like so that it's like super bright, like so this light.
So
is
then
the
your
sun.
skin prepares itself to be out in the sun.
Yeah, and like the big proliferation of having to wear sunscreen and stuff also came after everybody wears sunglasses, and like a hat. You do wear a hat all the time, so your body feels like it's in the shade. And so then your body's preparing your skin for the shade, and when you got sunglasses on, it's like it's nighttime or shade. And I haven't worn sunglasses in like 6 months, and I haven't put on sunscreen, which I never really did anyway.
I like
but
the
I would get
conspiracy
burnt.
of white people are not part of this planet.
I mean, that works.
Because we absolutely cannot handle it.
No.
Like, we should not have evolved this far to where the sun is very detrimental to us.
I mean, my dad worked out in the sun for like, and he's super dark. It was funny. We were I got my parents a job at the factory that I worked at.
Yeah.
And so I think they both worked second shift and I worked first. And this black lady walks up to my dad and she's like, "Damn, Dan, you're getting almost as dark as I am." And she stuck her hand up next to him. My dad was like 3 shades darker.
Oh, shit. Roofers will do that too. I don't know. It's fun to say, but then once again, if I went up to somebody who knew nothing about anything and said that, they'd be like, "Fuck, maybe you're right."
Smoke a little weed. You ever looked at the back of a $20 bill? You ever looked at the back of a $20 bill on weed?
Right. Which is the one with the pyramid with the eye?
I think that's the $1.
Is that the $1?
But do you know that reference? That was Jon Stewart in Half Baked.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't on weed, was it?
Yeah.
Because he had said it about something else, right? Like they had used that line multiple times. Have you ever done blank? Have you ever done blank on weed?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was just Jon Stewart's part there. Like Dave Chappelle's talking about like all the different kinds of ways that stoners are, and he talks to Willie Nelson. And he's like, Willie Nelson says like, "You know how much condoms were back in 1972?" And Dave's like, "Nah, how much were they?" He's like, "I don't know either."
Yeah. Neither do I. I haven't seen that. I mean, one of my like verbal stems is Abba Zaba. You my only friend.
So there's this crazy Frank, or no, it's not Frank Zappa. It's Tom Waits song. It's called "Chocolate Jesus," and my dad would sing it to my religious girlfriends like around Easter time. I was like, "Dad, this is fucked up. Like, don't do that." But he's like, "I don't want no Abba Zaba," and I was like, I did not realize that Abba Zaba was an actual fucking candy.
I didn't either. We went to Tennessee, and when we went to Tennessee,
You're the only 10 I see.
Yeah, thank you. Are you from Waikiki? Because Waikiki, well, it works for name's Kiki. I've seen Hannah Montana. Yes, I have. But yeah, I was in a little candy store, and I'm just like looking around, and I'm like, no, the fuck way. And it's Abba Zaba.
I saw him up here at the candy store before it unfortunately burned down.
Maybe that's where I saw it at. I don't fucking know. I think it was in Tennessee where I saw it. But I took a picture with it and posted it on Facebook, and
Abba
It's
Zaba.
like one of the biggest the people were like, I didn't know that fucking existed for real. Yeah, it's a real thing.
There's so many one-liners in that movie that are so good. But I was such a stoner kid at that time because like that's when I was smoking weed all the time, and so like I was like plot hole and everything. Like when he gets the fucking good weed, it gets delivered. They're like, oh, do you want to smoke out of this? Do you want to smoke out of this? And they're like talking about all the bongs that they want to smoke out of. And then they literally, this was what I noticed as a stoner kid. They literally just pull the bong out, set it down, and light it up. They never packed it. Like, so they get this brand, like this fucking fancy weed, and then they never put it in the bowl and smoke it. It's whatever was left in that bowl before is what they're smoking off of.
Bam.
It's like plot hole.
I think acting like you're doing the drug, you can still keep it at a certain rating. But if you're like sitting there like fucking grinding in and packing the fucking bowl and shit like that.
Slow motion, just the drizzle.
I don't know. NC-17 is wild because it'll kill your movie immediately.
So dumb.
Yeah, it'll kill your movie. And I don't know what. Like, it has to be like gratuitous sex
Or violence.
Violence. But even still, there's some, like Wolf of Wall Street, how does that not NC-17?
With all the drug use and stuff.
It's like all the tits and bushes, but the first dick you show,
Was there any bush?
I don't know.
I don't think there was any bush.
I think there was some like completely naked women.
Mm,
You know what? It should have been NC-17, and they should have turned that camera on the Margot Robbie scene.
oh, God. Yeah, no, she was not only like teasing her on-screen husband, she was teasing every dude that watched.
It's like, what are you doing here? I don't even like sex in movies. What are you doing, Margot? Like, yeah.
You got me.
But in Showing Nothing, they did create one of the hottest scenes. And that's what I'm saying, too, though, man. Like, you ain't got to fucking just throw a whole bunch of tits and ass and everything, especially horror. I love watching horror movies with my daughter, but I have to look up every parent guide, and it'd be like, yeah, there's like a gratuitous sex scene here with boobs and crazy moaning and stuff. And it's just like, oh, nope.
Well, it's like Terrifier. I did not realize that because my 14-year-old wanted to watch it, and I was like, yeah, it's a scary movie. We're probably fine. And if it's just tits, like, I don't care. But then it got to the scene where they cut her in half, and I was like, what the fuck?
If it's just nudity, that's fine.
Yeah.
Her getting cut in half, pussy first, is
Yeah.
fine, actually. It's the sex stuff that's, like, real weird.
Where there's actual...
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, that's one good thing about, like, Amy, our household, and everything like that. All that stuff is not, like, taboo and weird, but people's bodies.
yeah.
The sexual stuff is still... Because it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be people
sorry,
having sex in public.
The pussy first chainsaw in half, that was a bit much.
Nah. It's a vagina. He's starting at the vagina. Just because, you know, it's already a split. Gives you a center line to work with.
So fucked.
That is fucked. That is fucked. I've not watched the Terrifier with my daughter, by the way.
No, I had no, but all of her friends had watched it, and
I would spoil that for my daughter, like, before we watched it, because I'd be like, are you okay with this scene? They hang a woman upside down and cut her in half vagina first. And she was like, nope. And I was like, we ain't watching it.
Mm. No, that one, and then I looked up the budget on it, and the guy who shot it, like the director and everything, he was a special effects makeup artist, so that's why they could pull off stuff like that on a super low budget, because he knows how to do it. I was like, that is
Why
insane.
didn't you team up with that guy?
I mean, we got a guy.
You got this guy. You team up with this guy that don't know nothing.
You're funny, and you're really great at making a good story.
Sometimes. I've lost my fire for it, though. I just hope it comes back.
I'm excited for the Charlotte 48. I think those are very...
When is that?
The end of August.
At least it's not smack dab in the middle of heat.
No, I think that one, like, and so far a couple people have reached out. I need to be better at making sure that I keep everybody in like a Rolodex of people that's expressed interest, because I feel like when it gets closer, I'm like, oh shit, we don't have anybody coming, and that's where I'm failing, because I finally remembered the producer person that you were talking about.
Did you really?
Finally, I was like, oh yeah, that
Dylan
random
was
person
telling me that he was like, that I have never spoken
but we
to
had
anybody.
It was like 2 months before that we had talked about it, and then like she was not set to come. Like that was not on the.
Dog, Russell was trying to gaslight me. Listen, I play the fool a lot. I remember everything. Exactly how conversations go. Because Russell was like, "Oh, you are remembering wrong." I was like, "I am not."
He's just trying to gaslight.
I am remembering. Yeah, because I was getting pissed during that. I was like, "Don't tell me I'm remembering wrong."
We had a big old kerfuffle.
We have big old kerfuffles all the time, but also this is work for us. Like we're trying to feed our families and shit like that. And then you add on we are still friends too, so there's going to be fucking arguments and shit.
Yeah.
The good thing is that we can get by those. Our arguments last maybe 20 minutes, and then we're back to buddy again. And that is a good sign. Like you don't want.
I don't think we've like the big thing is we have never lost respect for each other.
Right.
Like there's never been a time where the respect of the friendship and the professional is gone. Like we are very strong-willed and very opinionated, but it's not personal. It's just
Even when I let them hookers do the butt stuff, you didn't lose respect?
I mean, it was for the gram, so
Yeah. Kind of gain respect for that, you know what I'm
the
saying?
gram of cocaine that you were gonna do.
Yeah, that I was going to do. Yeah. Off the floor, because that's the only way I could do
Of
it.
the bathroom.
Because I was begging. And then I dressed up like a pig while I did it. You didn't lose any respect during that?
No.
But also, here's the thing, too. Like, and it's just it's a corny thing to bring up, but this is us through the bad. Like, and remember how much we used to argue through the very, very bad? Mm-hmm. And then it's like it's gotten a lot better. As better as it's gotten, the arguments are way less. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And it's a lot less tense. So
I think we're getting on the path, and like I am, and I'll always hold this. Like it's going to be like you brought it up in the beginning, but like I will always hold that. Like we split the podcast. Like that's just going to be something that's like in my brain. I can never let it go. Because like a lot of times there are things that I say and it's like, no, you just got to trust me. And we end up going your way. And then it turns out that maybe I was a little more correct than I was allowed to.
I'll give you a couple instances of that. Yeah.
And then but ultimately I think we keep getting closer and closer to doing the things that we want to do. And we've been through it we're coming up on 3 years of working together and being friends, and like those 3 years like we've gotten so much closer and closer to doing the things that we want to do,
right?
And sometimes we take side quests that don't get us closer and we reassess and keep coming back. But I like in the guy that you were when I first met you versus the guy you are now is like two totally different dudes.
Night and day.
I mean, like this morning, just for an example, like you said you would be ready by 9. You were ready by 9. Like, I know we aren't. Like, this is one of the things. I come in at 9 just so that Russell can get to work because he's coming into work. And so I make sure to be here just so. But if it was just me and you, it's like, yeah, when you want to get together tomorrow. And
right.
So, like, I've come your way a little bit and you've come my way. And it's a very balanced, we're here to do the work. Whenever and wherever that is, we're here to do it.
I think the thing is too is that we did put a lot of stuff on our plate because we needed stuff to stick, and now we're getting things to kind of stick. So we do want to, because there is a world where we make money with shorts and stuff like that. It might not be a lot of money, but it'll add on to what Felonious Falafel does, what 2 Days Judge Baddies does. And at the end of the day too, I would rather just get by and do stuff that I love than to, make a surplus of money doing a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't originally why I got into entertainment for.
Well, and I think that's what we end up doing sometimes, though, is we chase, ultimately, Labor Llama. Like, that was a big, like, we are going to do this, win. Like, that was the equation that we had. Do it, win. And then that was going to pay for us to be able to do shorts and movies and things like that. We didn't have the passion for it. Like,
we're not apparel people. We're not clothing people.
No, it was fun. Like, it's cool. And like, I'm very proud of what we did with Labor Llama. Like, but each one of these excursions we go on is a full-time job.
Right.
And like, that's the hard part. Like, cause with adding books my wife likes, like that was one of my things that it takes just as much to get that thing off the ground as it took. Like, yes, we are going to do it better than 2 Daddies Judging Baddies, but like, even if you just take the podcast and take away the time you have to listen to the books, we still have to devote all that time to doing the episode, getting
Cutting
it put
it
up,
up,
cutting it
marketing.
into clips, putting it out there. And
Yep.
so it is a full thing. And, you know, if we were talking about which one's the stickiest, it's the stickiest by far, bar none. Like the devoted crowd for that is there. And like, I mean, there's people in fucking France talking about it.
Right, yeah.
And there's 4 episodes, like not a ton of marketing. So it's sticky as fuck.
Yeah, when we get tagged into other countries talking about our podcast in a language we don't understand, that's when I was like, oh, fuck, there's legs for this.
But then when you're talking about 26 hours of time that you've got to put in to listen to
One
it.
episode, yeah. I mean, you got to think it's probably, 40 hours of work with the podcast and everything that comes after every single episode.
And I'll take it on the chin for that one because, like, ultimately you were like, they'll just get them when they get them initially. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, we got to, like, at least, like, every other week, we got to do something, like, on some sort of regimen. And then turns out 100% you were right. Like, it makes sense to do it for the actual purpose of the name of the podcast. Books my wife likes. You're reading them to connect with your wife.
Right.
And then when we do an episode, you do an episode. That makes way more sense than being like, okay, we got to get this out and do this. And like, I said 2 weeks, and then you're like, no, let's do it every week. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then it takes a toll. Like, cause I mean, that's something with the Real and Uncut podcast is like, you know, we're watching 5-6 movies for, like, getting these episodes out, and
That's a little bit ridiculous because people, I think people want to hear the breakdowns of their favorite movies, you know, or like terrible movies.
Well, we batch record them because, you know, Scott's only going to come down every so often, and,
Right.
And so, like, in order to get ahead, like, I think right now we're 2 weeks ahead, but I do like the 3 movie podcast because, like, I'm sorry, but Wet Hot American Summer, you can't have a full fucking episode on Wet Hot American. I mean, I could bitch about it for a whole episode.
That's fine. But that's what you're supposed to do. That's good content. You bitching about it, Dylan or Russell fucking defending it.
Yeah, no, but it's a good, like, 20, 30-minute segment, and then we move on to the next movie, and then we reference back to how dog shit Wet Hot American Summer was.
And that is real, REEL, and uncut.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know how anybody didn't steal that already.
I don't know how it wasn't taken.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a fun thing. It's fun, but like we're moving that to like we're gonna start recording on like Saturdays,
Right.
and take that to like a personal project. If it starts becoming something, then you know we can talk about moving it back to being a paid thing. But like if we're cutting off Mike and Dylan hate drama and books my wife likes, it doesn't make sense to then pay Russell for a day of work for recording podcasts that aren't making anything, and like really ultimately it's a passion. It's Scott wanted to have a podcast. We had talked about that, you know, in 2021 and never pulled the trigger, and then he brought the idea back up and wanted
when we started a podcast. He was like, yeah, I wanted to start a podcast with you. And
I mean, it was
you started one with him. He said that jokingly, remember?
Yeah, he's had that fucking YouTube, and he had a LLC built for it and everything for years. And we just never did anything with it. And ultimately, I think ultimately a whole fuckload. But
you do pick a word and then you use that word a lot. And it's like somebody paid you.
Yeah.
Or like you got to end with one of the listeners. It's like, see how many times you can say this in front of Mike without him picking up on it.
This episode sponsored by Ultimate. I didn't say any of those words correctly.
Dylan's having a little stroke over here.
But no, the board is what has made quality of life of doing these podcasts. I wish that Rode made one that had more than 2 XLR inputs, because that's the dumbest thing in the world. Like, there's a lot of podcasts that are 2 people, and then there's a lot that are like 4 to 6 people. Like, give me more inputs.
Just have have it to take up the whole thing.
Well, I mean, all I need is more of these.
Yeah.
I just need, because I've got 4 cameras and then like 5 different like split screens that I can do and overlays and all this stuff. Just give me 4 XLR inputs so that like Russell's goes directly in instead of having to run it.
Can't connect 2 boards together.
Mm-mm.
Even their big board, it still only has 2 XLRs, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's stupid.
It has an extra, like this one only has 3 HDMI inputs, but then you can do a video in one of the USBs. But like we can do, I guess technically the thing we need to do is get the USB version of this, and that would solve the problem.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think the Real and Uncut podcast is that's one just for fun, and it is 100% like not worried about growing the listenership. Like, I mean, I think right now we've got 2 or 3 people from here that have moved over and listened to it. So overall, I think if we go across all the platforms, I think we're up to like 20 people.
That's dope, though. That's something.
Yeah.
Everything starts somewhere.
We haven't advertised it at all other than me putting a post in the Reddit.
We got to advertise it.
Yeah.
You got to do that. That's the only way they take off. And that's a thing too, is like, it's not just sitting down and recording a podcast. It's all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah.
And to just do Mike and Dylan Hate Drama, have the worry about it, have it take up time for it ultimately not to be cut up and strategy behind it, because it is something that's very hard to put strategy behind it. It's just.
Yeah, I wish I was better at the cutting it up and getting it out there, because I do think that it's not as like, I know why you think Two Daddies Judging Baddies is easy, but I don't think people really give a shit. Like, a funny moment is fine. And then also with, I mean, Two Daddies Judging Baddies, we've got what, I think like 6 or 7 million views across the platforms and everything.
Yeah.
So like there will be some podcast facial recognition. And so like Mike and Dylan Hate Drama technically could ride on the coattails of Two Daddies Judging Baddies being like, oh, I like this podcast.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's
Let me
not
check out
that
this
podcast.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a failure on my part, 100%.
Which even so, like, because I was like, yeah, Reddit podcast is fun. You got me into the whole Reddit thing. It's like, that's still not a niche. We don't have a podcast where people are coming because, like, they have to hear something. And that's what Books My Wife Likes was. But even then, I'm just like, I'm reading the books because my wife likes it. And the thing that I think I was like, where I was fucking up was I put the timetable on it. Well, you said, we should do it bi-weekly, because I was like, they'll get it when they get it.
Yeah.
And then you was like, well, let's do it bi-weekly. And I was like, well, let's do it weekly. I don't know why. I'm like, I don't want it to be bad.
I'll raise you.
Yeah. And then someone's like, well, let's make it bad. And I was like, well, let's make it worse. Let's make it worse.
Let's do it every day.
Because then I found out real quick, when you're not a quart of Frost and Starlight and then the beginning of a quart of Silver Flames, it was hard to get through. And then you're like, I'm getting through this to, like, I have to get through it. I have a time limit to get through this shit. And I was just like, nah, I'm gonna do it when I want to do it. And they'll get episodes when they get episodes.
I do think your idea of like hopping on your bike, which I know it's like 100 degrees outside, but you said you weren't listening to it while you're on the bike, right? Because of too much sweat.
Yeah, the headphones.
You need to get a Bluetooth speaker and just sit out there.
That's what I need to do, yeah.
But then, like, I mean, if you have a reason, like, the reason isn't to listen to the book. The reason is to go hop on the bike for a minute, and then you just pedal until you're done. Just.
But I mean, yesterday I was cleaning up. I was listening to the book. Like, it's something that I would like when I have time to do it.
You're enjoying it.
Yeah,
now.
I'll enjoy it instead of being like, well, fuck, now I got to put it on when I'd rather be doing this. And I think that ruined the spirit of the podcast too. So, and a week when they finally get this next episode of Books My Wife Likes after 3 weeks of nothing.
Yeah,
I've not posted, said, done anything. Then that's when they get it.
Well, and I think that's the hard part too with starting a podcast, because like, I mean, I've felt that with the Real and Uncut one, is like you want to get some in the bag so that people can find it, fall in love with it, watch some episodes, listen to some episodes, and then like feel like there's something there. But if they pop on and like you were taking this tact right now that you have, it'd be like one episode and then a month later another episode, like, so it'd be hard to build that steam. And I think we did do good by getting those first like 3 or 4 books done, and then now slowing it down to what makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I think that's good. Well, listen, guys, the next episode will be
sometime
one day. Yeah, we'll be here. So if you are still following along, you'll see it when you see it. Guys, thank you so much for this big old journey. Once again, this is not goodbye. We are not. There will be more episodes in the future of Mike and Dylan Hate Drama. But, as far as it happening every single week, this is goodbye from that. So, Ricky, Brandon, Steven, Taco. Add more names in there. Crystal with the blue hair. Even though I associate that more with a different one.
Goat Man.
Yeah, Goat Man. Definitely Goat Man. Fuck, if we miss somebody right now, we're fucked. We're fucked people.
I had so many people like in my brain before.
You did. Now you're forgetting all of them.
Yes. Trinity.
Trinity.
There's so many.
Oh God.
And that I was hoping you weren't gonna do it just because like at that point I was like there's so many. I mean, did you even say Ricky?
Yes, I said Ricky.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Of course I said Ricky. How could I forget?
Yeah, I mean the amount of people that found it early and have stuck around and have been like the most supportive through everything. Like I mean, Steven came down for the 48, and like I mean those 15 people that came for the reach around behind the Denny's.
Oh man, that still hurts my heart. I saw the video of that the other day where I'm just standing in the parking lot all sad.
I really do feel like Mike and Dylan Hate Drama morphed into Two Daddies Judging Baddies, and it's still going over there. It will be, that one's not going anywhere. So it's still there. And like, I have a special place in my heart for this one because it was the first, and I wish that it was the only, but like we basically have moved this over to Two Daddies Judging Baddies. But I do think with it being a Reddit style podcast, we do not have the fluency to be able to just
talk about our days.
Yes. And right. I think that that's what this is going to be going forward. A lot of it probably will be behind the scenes of things that we're working on, trying to put things together. When the 48's coming up, we'll probably talk about that. And so they're going to be coming out. It's just going to probably be more like a monthly thing rather than a weekly thing. So,
well, all right, guys.
Thank everybody for being along for the ride. And it's not goodbye. It's just we're going to.
Till we see each other again.
I'll watch
Which, if you watch Two Daddies Judging Baddies, you'll see us all the fucking time. So, guys, we love you so much. We will see you next time.
Later.